Alright, and welcome to episode 2 of Behind the Pleasure Beach, where today we're going inside the Wallace and Gromit ride.
You must not cross the track. Obviously, when you walk into the ride, just be aware that when you try and stand the walkway, I know it's all painted black, but avoid it where the road is.
The flash still goes off because of the sensor.
So this thing, I don't know where the camera is. Could you look at it?
See, these are the things you just miss because you're going through it so quickly.
Okay, guys. Just watch your step in, guys. Go up a little bit.
Are you excited about this, Jess?
I am very excited. You should have had the music on the wall off the back.
Mind you step on this corner, guys. Obviously, you can see the track doesn't have a floor underneath it. It's down the pathway.
Just
How do you guys, mind step. So I'll talk to you as we walk in. So just to make you aware, when you're normally riding the attraction, you come down this hill, there are fans that blow air up this tunnel to give you the impression that you're actually travelling a lot faster. You can actually see, even though it's kind of quite an incline on it, it's nowhere near as steep or as fast as you might imagine. So we're just going to head into the rocket seat. Just a little bit of information. This ride is actually over 3 layers or 3 levels. So as we're walking around, if you look through the floor, in some areas you may even see the track of this ride underneath the thing, especially if you're around the other side. Obviously, the rocket scene, you know your Wallace and Gromit history, which is one of the first scenes, the Grand Day Out. To kind of give you an idea where you are on park, we're right next to the Ghost Train ride, which is just on the other side of us. We just walk past it, it's kind of behind that wall over there. And just over that side, on the other side of that wall, would have been where the wild mouse used to sit. Beneath us, obviously the rocket scene, there's also did anybody come to our Journey to Hell event where you walked off the river caves and through a tunnel? That's on the ground level below us, just on the other side of that wall over there. I'd like to grab a couple of photos. There we are. While we're walking that section, you may slip through to this section below.
Got the rabbits above us, so it kind of goes up and down and around.
You'll notice as we walk around the ride, you'll see these little curtains and these fire exit doors. These are obviously all the fire emergency exits that lead out the ride. This one. Take them one at a time.
Yeah. Straight around here.
So to try and give you a little idea of where you are within the beach is we're on the Wallace and Gromit ride, but underneath us is the river caves, and behind you this round circular wall, and underneath that section is actually the ice cave of the river caves, follows around there, and it used to fill this entire void, but when the ride was rebuilt as the Wallace ride, they sort of took back some of that space. It used to be quite a big cave, now you ride it around that bend where all the stalactite types, but it's a lot smaller, and that's because this has been built here now, so that's what this sort of circular bend is part of the cave ride.
So is this where there used to be water?
Yeah, so behind those curtains is effectively you can't see, but inside this piece here, where it's like a round tunnel piece here, where that is all, and that wallway there is that bend where you go into the cave, follow it around and go back out again. That's what's actually underneath us here.
Definitely getting me steps in today.
Mind your heads, guys, this is where it starts in the lower sections. right? Of course, we're back again on August 12th.
Look at this.
So where we are now is probably the lowest section of the ride, and off this corridor, this part of the ride here, are a couple of fire exits lead that way. So to give you an idea of where you are in the park is on the other side of this. On the other side of that is the Watson Road tunnel where the cars and vehicles can drive through. So you can literally step out of here, step across a corridor, open another fire exit door.
We just keep going now. Just winding ourselves up. What's going on? Everyone's self-promoting behind me. For everyone who's watching my video, you don't need to like or subscribe. It's absolutely fine. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything at all. My favourite scene.
So we're in the museum scene from the long trousers, and just again another part of the ride and its layout and structures. It's a secret door in that wall, and you might be able to see the outline of it in the corner. And that leads straight through into the rocket scene. So from our point of view, when we need to get through the ride quickly to assist guests during issues like evacuations, we can get in and out of the ride sections quite easily from here. Mind your heads, guys. We might need to slow down.
And we got the little shutter doors that come down. It's getting a bit narrow.
Hold on here for a bit to give the other a chance to move ahead. So we're entering the part of the ride that's dedicated to Curse the Were-Rabbit. As you can see, some of the and you can also obviously see how much of the original mine train rock work is still here in present. But obviously, for rabbit burrows, it's perfect as a transition. Sorry. Okay, guys. Okay, so some of you may recall we used to have a ride on site called the Space Invader. So when we had the Space Invader, if anybody rode it, you'll notice that some of the theming on that ride was very similar to Star Wars. I don't know whether we owned an IP, but we were allowed to have the IP, but we did have some Star Wars memorabilia. And what we were given were several copies of the Han Solo and Carbonite figure. Now we couldn't duck them all over the site, so when they themed this ride as the gold mine, they re-themed one of those Han Solos as a Indiana Jones. And when we then went to because that fell into the same series, and when we went to this to call it the Wallace and Gromit ride, they didn't remove it. So hidden behind this curtain is Han Solo with a Harrison Ford with a lamp mounted into his hand, some trousers mounted onto him, but effectively, you know, I don't remember Harrison Ford looking like that in Indiana Jones, but this is Harrison Ford from originally in Carbonite from Star Wars, rethemed as Indiana Jones for this particular attraction, and then we've covered it up for this attraction because obviously we know we don't actually have rights to IP now. People don't see it as the ride in the ride, some of you may see it, know it exists, you're welcome to get your photo with it if you want to now. Well, mine, so. Again, mind yourself as you come round. Mind yourself as you come through, guys.
With an Indiana Jones hat on.
It's the most random thing I've ever seen.
It is, yeah. Luckily, just covered it with a black curtain. It's like, right, I haven't got the IP rights anymore. Just throw a black curtain over it. It'll sort it out.
You just cut through this corner. We're just literally just missing it.
A little bit of a tricky one to navigate there, so we're just skipping that scene out quickly.
When you step there, it's a bit, the floor's not quite level. And there is our were rabbit.
And Ollie.
So you can't cuddle it, but if you want to try and do selfies or...
And that looks as though we're bringing this
Tour
to a conclusion.
Really?
And we're out. Here we get a little certificate that says we've done it, we've completed Pleasure Beach's first ever grand day out. Exclusive merchandise, eh? Look at that. Look at that fancy gold mug. Very, very VIP. Guys, there is the behind the scenes of Wallace and Gromit here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, the first ever grand day out at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And yeah, that's all about it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if it was a little bit long-winded. It was a walkthrough video. I hope I've managed to keep your attention this long. I hope you're still watching now. If you are, thank you very much. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.